So I'm going to test you like crazy to ensure that you're not using. I'd like a copy of the prescription. I want to know how many pills there are so that we know how long he's taking it. Because if he's testing positive for weeks upon weeks, then it's unacceptable. If I find that you're using, if I find that you're using alcohol, if I find that you're a danger to my community, I only have one place for you. Do you understand? I will do everything in my power to protect my community at all costs. I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are. Do you understand? So he gets tested weekly from now on so that we know how much he's using. You have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with her. If she tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're playing games or you pick up a new case, you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand? If I find that you drive, that would be the absolute worst, and you're looking at a possible contempt charge. You understand? Okay?
Judge, if I could ask one thing, I wasn't here for bond conditions, and there's got an ankle monitor.
So, right. He was crammed, so he's not using alcohol. I put a GPS on him, so he's not out in the middle of the night, because I don't want him out in the middle of the night as well.
Okay, so it was just he works at a mall, and he sometimes closes at 9, so it's just 9 to 6. I was just saying, could we make it 10? Because if you close, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Judge.
Good luck.
Just to change that.
Hi, you ready?
Sir.
Rock and roll.
John Nelson.
Say Nelson?
Nelson.
Nelson.
Nelson. Then the, little holdover. Morning, Judge.
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good.
It's,
Mr. Nelson has a warrant out of Florida. He did have a local case that was, resolved this morning.
just dismissed. Yeah, today.
Yeah, it was, actually, I think.
No, I get, he
Sorry.
pled. Right, okay.
He played on that. He previously had signed a waiver 7 days ago, I think, but,
March
He-
31st.
Hmm?
March 31st.
March 31st.
Oh, yesterday.
Last Friday. But anyway, his value of time is probably exaggerated. He has a warrant for Florida. He's been picked up on this before in Tennessee, and they didn't extradite him from Tennessee. They released him after 3 days. He's back in jail here in Texas now, obviously, for the same charge out of Florida, and he is a cancer patient, and he's wanting you to grant him a PR bond so he can go back to Florida.
That's where I was heading.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it just so happened that you
No, sir.
got a failure ID as well.
But that's, the failure ID was, they pulled a gun on the guy they were looking for, and I was at the crosswalk. I wasn't there. They weren't stopping me. They stopped another guy. They were waiting for 3 days or whatever to get him. And then when yes, sir.
It doesn't matter.
This is not our first time being here on this case, Amy,
He's previously had a fugitive case in Tennessee for this.
for this same charge.
Well, just a fugitive case in general. I can't say what.
So that was in Tennessee. Now he's wanted out of Florida.
No. He had this exact same proceeding in Tennessee.
Meaning he was a fugitive in Tennessee because of Florida.
Yes, he was incarcerated in Tennessee and had a hold on him from Florida. They chose not to extradite him at that particular time, and he was released 3 or 4 days there.
How long ago was that?
How long ago was that, sir?
5, 6 years ago.
And after 5 to 6 years ago, you still haven't taken care of the case.
That was during pre-COVID, and we were coming back from Michigan, and we were on our way down, and we stopped in Tennessee. I started working at the hotel, and they came in and they said, out of the clear blue, looks like you got a warrant. And I go, what? Okay, so they took me in, they ran everything, they held me for 3 days, and they let me loose. There was no new charges or nothing.
What's he wanted for?
It's domestic violence.
In Florida, he's wanted for a couple different warrants on bond revocation for domestic battery by strangulation, violation of pretrial for domestic battery, violation of pretrial for domestic battery by strangulation, failure to appear for domestic battery, strangulation, and grand theft.
That was back in
And it's been open for
12 years.
and you still won't go back?
No, we were gonna go back. That was the whole thing. I was in
The
Florida.
only thing I'm waiting for you to say is that you were abducted by aliens that prevented you
Well,
from.
I'm not gonna lie to you, sir, but we were going back. When COVID hit, actually, I was in Florida. That's where we went from Michigan to Tennessee, then Tennessee down to Florida during the pre-COVID. And we were in, I think Pensacola. And we were there for like 3 months and we were waiting for the COVID to stop, but it just didn't end. So I ended up talking to a gentleman that had plenty of work for me across the country to go to all of his hotel properties to fix them and find out why they were failing, why were they not making any money and what was going on. So that's what I've been doing.
Does Florida really want him? Are they gonna come get him? Are we just playing games here? You know, because if they really want to get him, I'm gonna hold him. But if they're not gonna come get him, then I'm not gonna hold him. We have enough people in our jail as it is. So let's do this. The problem is, Mr. Nelson, you don't learn your lesson. You've repeatedly been arrested on this charge and they've told you to go back and you refuse to go back. So I can't, in good conscience, give you a bond when you refuse to comply with
Sure.
court orders.
I understand
Just,
that.
just don't want to do it. You want to do what you want to do. And then,
No.
hey, if I happen to get arrested, they're not going to come get me anyways. So
No, I don't say that at all.
you don't say it,
Right,
but your actions say
I
something
understand.
different.
I understand that. I do.
When people tell me stuff, it goes in this here, it goes in, what
I know.
matters are action.
I understand.
So
With regards to Florida, I'm happy to check up on that. He does also have other warrants from other states. He has a probation violation from Michigan and also intimidation.
They're not coming.
discussion with states, man.
Oh, they already told the jail, they already made the call, they're not coming, they don't want nothing to do with me. That's already been
They don't
determined.
have a hold file right now, but he does have the other warrants.
And those are from 2009. And I served my time on all of it, but it's just,
So
I
let's do
understand.
this. Let's roll it to tomorrow. Please reach out to Florida and see, do you really want him? If you do, here he is. If not, can we, really?
We'll do that tomorrow.
thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Nelson,
Hey, I love your show.
I don't have a show.
I watch on.
I like you too.
Superstar.
Okay, Mr. Kim.
Judge, I'm gonna bring out Mr. Alexis Jones. We're gonna be asking for a bond. I'd like to kind of hear what's going on. That's that one. And then we have a second case that we'll talk about
Are
after.
both fugitive cases?
Yeah, but one of them we have to talk off
Okay,
record.
not a
and
problem.
stuff. So I'll let other counsel go first.
Want to talk about that one first?
Want to do that one first?
I'm comfortable with whatever order you.
She's on the other side though. She,
Either?
I think so. I think she should
So
hear what's going on.
I guess we'll wait.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, Judge.
So I emailed her, let's see. Okay, so is he here?
Yes, Judge.
Come up. Okay. Hi. I don't know if you think that this is a joke, but you've been given a very, very generous program that if you complete successfully, they will dismiss this case. You have tested positive. Is it multiple occasions or just once? This is Mr.
I'm sorry.
Canales.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Shatori, you're killing.
That's my fault.
He's tested positive.
How many times?
3 times.
That is unacceptable. And if it were me, we'd be done. They see fit to put you into an intensive outpatient treatment. You have 2 weeks to enroll. And I'm going to tell you right now, you ever test positive again, I'm going to immediately set your case for trial. You get no more resets. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want him tested 2 times a week for the remainder, okay? You will now be tested every Monday and every Thursday for the remainder of this program. And if you use again, and I don't care what it is, and I don't care what your excuse is, you will be set for trial.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Thank you, Judge.
Is it okay if he tests in that region or would you like?
No, I'm okay, of course. I don't care where, as long as he's doing it 2 times a week.
Yo ya me registré, ¿no? No, I got it. I got it.
Judge, we'll be bringing out Mr. Alexis Jones.
Shreya, you want to talk to me while we're waiting?
Yes, it's super quick, Judge. I was appointed on Terrell Scherer, who is in custody back in February, and he bond forfeited, never had contact after. I don't mind handling his case. It's just I'm out until Monday and he's in custody. So I'm hoping we can maybe roll it to tomorrow since it's late and appoint him a new attorney that's there that can maybe handle it.
Okay. Not a big
Okay,
deal.
I filed a motion to withdraw, but I don't see that it was accepted. So I just want to make sure, Ray, do you have it?
He's putting it in the queue now, Shreya.
Okay, perfect. And then Victoria, I know it's late. I'm sorry. It popped up.
Judge, I'm gonna make, this is our second time rolling. I'm gonna just request an attorney and see.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Is he back there?
Yes, he's back there. He was there yesterday.
Got it. Okay, all right, Shreya, you're good.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye. You want to go through the list while we're waiting? I know, but we're waiting on them to bring out.
Judge Carl wants to approach on page 2, Adame. 190 days old.
How is this still waived?
Judge, he's got a felony case that's pending in the 496 District Court. They've got an offer there that is for deferred with dismissal of the misdemeanor case. But that case, I'm not representing him on that case. He's represented by Jill Wells on that case. And that case is set for May the 20th.
But do we know anything that's going to happen?
I don't know that the offer was relayed. I don't know anything of that sort.
It's now 190 days old. That would pick it up.
It was reset before because it hadn't been indicted. I think it got indicted now. And that's why it's reset for
You
non-issue.
know what's going to happen?
I don't, Your Honor. I do see that felony had part of the plea was dismissed on the case. The same
Are they
transaction,
still missing evidence?
not from what I can see, Your Honor.
Okay, so
Except for
yes,
that,
There will, and in the dash, it says dash, but there is no dash. It's HPD.
yeah,
They're
it's
not gonna
that.
dash.
so I guess we'll set it for trial after the May date. If he doesn't go, then I'm putting him to trial then.
Okay.
And I can't just, it's 190 now.
Whatever
By
you
then
want
it's
to
going to
do,
be, another 60 days, be 260,
You're cool.
270.
As we get closer to that, I would reach out to felony and say, look, I mean, kind of at a go or no vote period here. So.
Yeah, so let me see, that would be May, they're set for what? May 20th.
Yes.
So May 27th is jury trial setting. Okay,
Great, Judge.
all right, have fun. All right, good morning, sir.
Judge, this is Mr. Alexis Jones.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. Come on up. So it looks like you have a fugitive case. Oh, you picked up 3 cases. You picked up a fraudulent use of ID, less than 5 items. You picked up a theft case, and you have an out-of-state fugitive case.
One of them has been dismissed, Judge. The fraudulent use of items has
Saw
been
that.
dismissed. So technically, he's only got the theft pending and the fugitive case pending.
Mr. Kim, enlighten us.
Your Honor, this defendant is wanted out of Broward County, Florida for felony theft. State would be opposed to a bond. There are 47 cycles of criminal history. in the past 5 years alone, and these are just convictions.
47 pages of criminal history in 5 years?
47 cycles, Your Honor. For pages, it is 46 pages of criminal history, including, well, the California one's old, so I'm not gonna count that one, but just in the last 5 years alone, and these are just,
They were not 47 in the last 5 years.
Okay, don't talk. I mean, we're just trying to, the thing is, Mr. Jones, is I have a very limited amount of time to try to get to know you. Everyone that comes in front of me tells me it's gumdrops and rainbows and little bunnies jumping in the woods. But the way I really get to know you is the paper, because that tells me who you are, right? If you're a dangerous person, if you're a person that I'm going to let go and you're going to continue with the criminality, I have enough trouble sleeping as it is. I don't want more blood on my hands. I don't want something else that's going to keep me up at night. So that's why. Well, but this is how we get to know you. And he's telling me you got 46 pages of criminal history.
Your Honor, in the past 2 years, he's had 3 failure to appears of multiple cases. He's had 2 habitation trespass convictions, a DWLI, prostitution, battery, criminal damage, failure to appear, possession of drugs, felony, obviously, resisting. But in the 21 some odd years, it's the 47 cycles of different offenses, and I just stopped scrolling after 2020.
How many failure to appears do we have?
3, Your Honor. And this one itself is a no-show, or according to the transmission.
Hey, Jan, could I say something?
Sure.
Okay, with the one you talking about with the failure to appear, I feel that was nonsense because of the simple fact that I flew from Fort Lauderdale up here after they said I had a warrant, and I went to court a couple days before that. And is that documented, sir? You can see that?
Judge, I will say this, he did explain that
How
to
old are you,
me.
Mr. Jones?
I'm 40 years old, sir.
You're 40.
Yes, sir.
How many cases has he picked up in total?
That he's been charged with. If you give me 10 minutes, I can count them, but it's not low. I mean, I can start from 2004.
So
if you want me to.
theoretically, for every year you've been born, you've had a case.
I have a
You're
question.
40 years old,
Okay,
and you have around 46 pages of criminal history. So literally for every year you've been born, you've like picked up a case. And not only that, you've got multiple failures to
Sometimes you don't think the jurisdiction will fail me?
Huh?
You don't think the jurisdiction will fail me?
But the problem is, at some point, your actions become your own. You now have with us, you've picked up a theft case here in Harris County. You've got an open case in another jurisdiction. You've got pages upon pages. So at what point is it on you?
When you pay your debt to society, why do they keep using it against you? I pay my debt to society for
Because
those
it continues.
hires, okay?
Continues to happen. At some
Okay,
point, DAs are like, jail just doesn't work anymore. So that's when we got to go to prison, because this dude,
But prison don't help guys. That don't make them better. That makes them worse. Instead of tormenting them and sending them and feeding them to the wolves, y'all should sit down with that person to find out what's going on to help that person. Instead of prison not helping nobody, prison is not.
I can't tell you how many stories I have read of people who get degrees, college degrees, even become a lawyer while they're in prison. So if you want it to help, then it will. But you got to want it. If you
One better than me, Your Honor.
if you
But
have-
you know what the sad thing about it is, and in the state of Florida with me, and that's why I left. Something happened, and I have a conflict of interest against the police. So now they're jigging at me every chance that they get. But it's crazy. He's saying I have a warrant, and I flew from there after that warrant was pro se. Pro se that they said I have. I flew from Fort Lauderdale all the way to Houston, flew back down there, and flew back. And they said I have a warrant, and I flew and went to court for another charge down there.
I don't get it.
And I went inside
I
the
don't know.
courtroom.
I don't know how that happened, but it's not supposed to.
So who's the system failing? If I have a warrant, you mean to tell me they're gonna let me in their courtroom, attend to my judge, see my judge, everything, and let me go and let me get back on the plane to fly back here. Mind you, I flew from here and flew back down there. They let me do all of this with a warrant.
I can't explain that. I can't.
Judge,
So that's the system failing somewhere, somehow. That's not me.
let me talk to the judge real fast.
But Mr. Jones, if you have this woe is me attitude, it's never going to change. It's
Y'all not
never going to
helping.
change.
Y'all not helping. It's not helping. Y'all not helping society. Y'all always blaming me and this and that and the other. Prime example, he's saying, oh, he got prices from here. And he went and calling stuff off that he said, well, only stopping from 2022, and he going past 2022. And I'm like, yo, but hey, but that's what the prosecutor do. He just doing his job.
Right, that's what he's doing.
Judge, if I may,
Sure.
points. First, if he's finished up the cases that he has had in his history, he's had a history, okay, he's had a history. If he's paid his debt to society, like he says, if he's completed what he needs to do for those cases, that really shouldn't be relevant here. I would argue that in front of you, this is his first time being in front of you, right? And it looks bad that he has a criminal history. Yes, I get that. But if we were to just focus on whether or not he knew about this case, he's telling me he got on a flight, came over here, and it's a great question. If that happened, he would have had a warrant pending and he would have been arrested.
When
So
was the warrant issued, do you know?
March 3rd, 2025, but because it's a domestic flight, and obviously I don't work for TSA, I don't work for Department of Homeland Security.
Just got issued.
just March 3rd, 2025, Judge.
Your warrant was just issued in March of this year. So
And I flew
30 days ago, it got issued.
and I flew March 10th back up here.
So Judge, if that's the case, it hasn't been like he's been missing his responsibilities with
And
this
I went to
case.
court. And
It's
you
less than a month.
And you can
that
also
he's had
see
this
that I had
warrant
went to
pending.
court. I went to court before March 3rd.
That's why it's a failure to appear, which is.
How? I went to court. I went to court before then.
Judge, the warrant has
I was
been
in the
issued
courtroom.
we're at April 1st, less than a month. And so it's not like he's been running. If the warrant's just been issued on March 3rd, I would ask that we afford this man an opportunity to make this right. He hasn't messed up in your eyes. Yeah, he's messed up in the past, but as far as the fugitive case is concerned, I'm asking for an opportunity for him to go to the demanding jurisdiction. And then if he messes up, okay, well, I don't have much to say after that. But just throwing his history out there, it doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a chance.
I stand by the no bond. He has assaultive history as well, and it shows in the message that we received from Florida is that he has violent tendencies, obviously reflected by the assaultive history, along with and I don't have to go ad nauseum, but the significant criminal history that he has.
When were the FTAs? How long ago?
The most recent failure to appears, one moment, Judge. There's one from May 4th, 2023. There's one from December 7th, 2023. There's one from.
But it's not on this case, though. Those are separate cases. We're not talking about on this case, are we?
To be clear, it's not on this case, but.
Obviously not on this case, but the problem is that it keeps happening, and I can't continue to.
Sir, it's not keep happening, sir. Sir, this warrant that he said, sir, I went to court. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have another open case, and that open case is why I flew back down there. Went to court, finished court. They said I have a warrant. I go to the warrant district. They said I have no warrant. Leave the warrant district, get on the plane to fly back up here, and they said I had a warrant before I even flew on the plane back down there. So how could I fly?
Mr. Jones, even if I were to set you a bond.
Okay, no problem. Hey, take me back there, man. Can't about this shit, man.
Easy money. There you go.
So for the second one, we're gonna be, well, actually, it's gonna be Ricardo's request, but.
Yeah, Judge, on the,
If you want me to take it off, I will.
yeah, on the second one, let's take it off. I'm concerned about HIPAA stuff and,
Ask them to bring him back.
yes, Judge.
Vic, you want to go through the list?
Yes, Judge. Oh, that's sorry. No, my person is, Terrell. Judge. Are you ruling out different day?
What?
No, I'm going to rule for 7/7/8.
Later. Anytime. Later, tomorrow. Pack it up. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin.
Dan Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah, he knows show. 5001.
Next one is page 11. Romero. Lemon said he was.
5001.
Yeah.
Page 19. Bottom of 19. She came in late, she's here.
Is that her?
Yeah, I think we want you next door.
You appoint her a new lawyer? Can you appoint her a new lawyer? Yeah.
I just want to know why I'm trying to withdraw the. Like, why don't they
Her
draw?
new lawyer? Nieves?
Okay.
It's addictive prosecution.
Afternoon, Judge. I have Mr. Rubio.
Okay.
It's a MAJ, Judge. Get your thoughts on this one.
And Your Honor, whenever you're ready.
Tell me.
So it looks like based on the MAJ, I mean, there's fees, but the two, technicals really would be the CSR hours and then the failure to attend.
Education.
That's it. From what I can see.
Yes, so he's been on probation since March 5th. He's completed 50 WI safety course. He was enrolled twice.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You said he completed a,
A driver safety course.
okay, I just said TWI education class.
Sorry.
Edu-
They enrolled him into effective decision making in October and November, and he failed to show both times. And he still hasn't enrolled in effective decision making or completed the community service. And his probation was supposed to expire on March 4th.
So 30. 30.
30 days. Talk to him.
Okay.
Judge, this is Miss Kiana
Hey, are we expecting anyone on Zoom? Okay, I've got,
All the attorneys I need are pretty. Oh, Karen.
okay, no, she's not. You want to go through the rest of the list?
Yeah, they'll get her. Yeah, it's because they, well, it's like this, so they share the. Just let the bailiffs know who's trying to, just very.
That was it, we just got
Just get it.
arrangements waiting for paralegal board.
This, hey, do you know in court aid if they need any help? Can you-
So she sent out an email during your hearing, but she asked whoever can help. And so she said, I got a judge. And the judge, they finished up in court.
You're done?
Yeah, they're done.
Okay,
I took a plea over there to do that.
okay. How much credit is, Rubio? No, he's on bond. Yeah,
Is it the race 100?
yeah.
Here's one thing.
That's, okay.
But how you spell it? And they're not with my phone today.
Huh? Yeah, busy and, I mean, we've got all the entry in this. So now we just become lazy.
Is Berto?
Hey, good job, Deputy Miranda. Doing a good job. Really.
Go ahead, Simon. You're Katie, Adriana, Adrian, Andrew. I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
Berto. There's some letters in there. I gotta like. Try.
Get your brother.
Go ahead, Simon. You're just not gonna do the word. On this blue light. Mine's not working right now. Oh, this one. And, okay. Yeah. That's approach. Long day we approach?
Yeah.
You feeling it too. I see you're having a long day.
Just come.
Victoria.
What's the word?
Hey, she wants a bond.
So regarding this, if we could admonish as well for April 16th, assuming she does today, she has until the 16th.
Bring her back out and I'll admonish her and let her know that, hey, you've got,
Okay.
14 days to get.
Fair enough. Can we bring her back up?
Thank you.
Ms. Kiana?
Okay, Ms. Burgos, come on up. Oh, do you speak English?
We got an interpreter right now.
Yes, we need-
We're getting an interpreter. She's
That's
been
okay.
for 20 years, so she speaks English, but it's not.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
We can,
That's Plaza.
She also needs to withdraw the waiver.
Oh, that's true. Okay, well, we'll admonish her here.
No. That's right, mute, right. Yeah, I got it.
No, she was.
Ah. Wonderful. Thank you for coming.
I was not.
Si se para aquí, por favor.
Ms. Burgos. Are you ready?
Yes, sir, I am.
Ms. Burgos, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 45 days in jail with 15 days credit. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You need to understand that after today, this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. If you ever get pulled over in a car and you smell like alcohol or dope, and an officer sees this, it's probably not going to go well for you. From now on, you are looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned, charged with in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never change this. Knowing all this, do you still want to do this?
Yes,
How do you plead to the driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to suspend your ability to drive or your ability to get a license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, man.
Thank you, Jake. Look at us.
Thank you.
Counselor,
Ms. Broholm.
Ms. Brown, can you fill out the waiver for surcharge? Because they're gonna be waiving the details.
Oh, sure.
It'll be
Please,
okay.
it's in there. There should be in the tower.
Yes.
Rick, are you ready?
It was, it took Carolyn. To the.
7-5.
Space.
Burgos.
GOS. Wait, sorry. I,
Yes.
Yes.
Trey, do you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
You don't speak Spanish? Come, your parents speak Spanish?
A little bit. My dad's more Spanish. So choose that way before you. Thank you.
What's the word? Thunderbird?
What's up?
Were you done?
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the document right now.
We had one more plea, the one Shreya withdrew from.
Oh, she's pleading? She's pleading?
It's like 500. And then I think, Rubio, did he just plea or?
No, he's got, what about the young lady right there?
We're waiting on Carolyn. That's the arraignment that showed up late.
Okay, so we'll just, I mean, it's 1 o'clock. Can't expect her to come now here, so we'll just roll it to
Well, I already
tomorrow.
called Carolyn. She said she was doing a plane coming straight out. The case is 1,200 and something days old.
I get it. We can do it tomorrow. I mean, what time she get here?
Wait.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
She was supposed to be here yesterday. We could have had 10 days prepared for this. One for today is long for that.
She gets me.
John? Are we rolling here till tomorrow?
I don't know. We'll see. If we're not done, by the time we're done with these two pleas, then we'll roll into
That's
this.
right.
Really?
Yes.
You taking a vacation or what?
This is part of my wedding.
Nice.
Yeah, but I've got coverage and help out,
Okay.
so I'll be available by tomorrow, I'll be available, I can travel all day, but Thursday, if there's any issues, I'll be available by then. I'll
You'll be back Monday?
be back on.
Okay.
So I'll go.
Well, have fun.
Thanks, it'll be good.
Judge, can you sign some stuff?
Sounds great.
I would love to.
Yeah, I haven't really seen some good friends.
All right, see you tomorrow.
I lived there.
All right, Tyler.
All
Thank you, Dad. See you tomorrow.
It's the best time of my life. Other times.
I got you. Me too. Good, go back. Thank you.
Right, Jared. I'll call him up, Mr. Rubio.
Mr. Rubio, coming up. Do you know the dates to turn in?
It's Friday, the 18th.
Yes.
Friday,
Oh, yes.
April 18th.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay.
But you had my signature.
Mr. Rubio, you were placed on probation for racing on a highway. It has now come to my attention that you have now violated this probation. Is it true or untrue?
Sure.
Okay, I'm now going to revoke your probation and reform the judgment. It will now reflect as a conviction on your record. The agreement is 30 days in 30 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you have done. I am allowing you to turn yourself in April 18th, 2025 by 6 p.m. If you fail to turn yourself in, we will have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand? If you are someone who is perpetually late to everything This is one of the worst things because if you arrive at 6:01, they will not take you and it will not go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right. So is it true or untrue that you violated your probation?
Sir, good.
Is it true or untrue? It's true. All right. I'm going to find that it's true. Do you have a copy of the motion? Which one are we going with? Is it the one failure to do the effective decision making? I did so, Judge. Yeah, let's do the effective decision making. All right. All right. Mr. Rubio, I don't know if DPS is going to suspend your license. If you don't have a license, do not drive. If you don't have a license and liability, don't drive, because if you get into an accident, and you maim someone, they're going to come after you for $50,000 to $100,000, and then you're going to be in the hole forever. You understand? All right, good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Can I get him over here?
Sure. I have any more time. He's got it. Didn't even- Okay.
Who's doing the plea for the jail one?
Oh, Kim.
Oh, Jim? Okay. Done.
I don't know this well.
That's asking for.
Yeah. Well, that's well, do I think? Yes, yes. Oh, yeah. No, I don't care if it's easy. I only need things to see them hard. Where I should. They should be right here.
Okay,
Bring the jail plea out?
yeah, come on, bring it. On Cormier,
Yes.
what do we,
I texted, we run off up until the 8th. Did you want me to bring it back sooner or? Me too.
let me finish this plea and I'll call you back. Is that all right? Yeah, bye. This share.
Yes. I didn't quite understand the motion of withdrawal because it was here.
I don't know either. But thank you for stepping in.
Absolutely, Judge, I'm here.
So which one are we going on?
He reduced the terroristic threat to class B because it wasn't a family violence, and he's dismissing the.
Christians?
There should never be females or females. You need a mix in there. Okay, so.
We can have Rosemary.
Yes, I. Not so recent. Carolyn Township was my first team. My first team, corporate team, when I got on board, when I could.
Now, Cheryl, just when we got back with them. They signed up. You can.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna get them. Yes. Oh, you're gonna. You're gonna get your right thumbprint over there. Just give it a pause. To let you know.
Right on the side.
Can we get a nollie on that second case?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Sheriff.
Morning, sir.
How's jail?
I don't like it.
You know, you failed to appear 2, if not 3 times for these cases. Listen,
Okay, I'm sorry.
all I'm trying to tell you is that when you appear for court, good things happen. We have such reasonable prosecutors here. All you have to do is show up, and 9 times out of 10, good things happen. But when you fail to appear repeatedly, you now are deemed a flight risk. This is what happens. You need to understand one more thing. As a result of what we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up here. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with terroristic threat of a family or household member. You're also charged with criminal mischief. The plea bargain agreement you have worked out, they're going to dismiss the criminal mischief. They're also going to reduce your terroristic threat to a Class B. So now you're facing only 180 days and or a $2,000 fine. $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 13 days in jail with credit for the 13 days that you have done. By pleading guilty, like I said, this will reflect as a conviction. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to test on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change it. Is this what you want to do?
Yes.
How do you plead to the terroristic threat? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to withhold, or I'm going to find you guilty, send it you to the agreement. The only other thing I'm going to tell you is that whatever you did to pick up these cases, I would be very careful, because if you continue with the same course of conduct, it's very possible they charge you with a more serious offense. All right?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, sir. And next time, show up. All right.
Good luck.
Take care. That's it.
Okay.
We're done.
Just roll this one for now.
Somebody with